Is closing the door, and Dan Hughes gives it to Martin Clark. Martin Clark kicks a wayward one. Benny Coulter couldn't get there. Coulter now back tackling. Clark needs to get in there, gets a shoulder from O'Leary. O'Leary finds Pearson Neal, and Pearson Neal with a deft little dink into the corner for the full forward Donoghue O'Connor to get onto. Donoghue O'Connor back inside, and that's going to go out for a 45. Peter,
I would like to see that again. I was sure that it actually come off the Cork forward.
And I think the goalkeeper's also sure. I think this decision has been overturned. David Coltrick has overruled his umpire.
Excellent decision by the referee.
That's the reason he's been given the job, and Conor Garvey happy enough.
Down will be disappointed. Martin Clark in the last 5 minutes has appeared very sluggish in possession. Give the ball away very cheaply, very uncharacteristic of him. And it's this juncture in the game, there's a point in it. Down need their leader to stand up now and be composed on the ball.
Oh, great fetch by Fitzpatrick, who's standing up in midfield, and they're going to bring Ambrose Rogers in. It'll be hard to take Fitzpatrick out of it. Martin Clark has been fouled by Noel O'Leary. Clark, there's nothing on quickly. There's about 6 or 7 white shirts in front of him. The only one being picked up man for man is Benny Coulter. This is now with McComiskey. Good defend by Owen Cadigan. Benny Coulter has it once more, has 3 defenders to beat, and he skips past them. Still Benny Coulter goes. Solid work by Cork. The huddle in a group of 5 and dispossess Cadigan now, and these last 20 minutes are going to be frantic and are going to be frenetic. Cork again exit their own defence with it. Martin Clark dispossesses Noel O'Leary. Noel O'Leary, here's the shrill of the whistle. Clark has been penalised. 50th minute, down 10 points. Cork 9 points. Free the way of the Cork men. And Noel O'Leary, he's a tree surgeon by trade, and he's doing his best, root and branch, to keep them. Oh, that's over. That's the equaliser. That's Kieran Sheehan, his first of the day. He's only a 19-year-old, Peter, and this is his first All-Ireland final. It's been a frustrating one up until the 51st minute.
But he kicked that off his weaker foot. Fantastic score, and his immediate opponent, Damien Rafferty, was caught in 2 minds. Do I go out and mark my own man, or do I cover the space in front of the full forward line? He did neither, but that was a fantastic score. Great tackling from the Cork defence. We know that they don't immerse themselves with tactical ploys or whatever, but they have shown a steely resolve this year, and that was a perfect example of it there with their defence.
And we mentioned Dan Gordon in the first half. Michael Shields is doing a fine job at full-back and also deputising as captain, albeit that Graham Canty is now on the field to play. Not only is he on the field to play, he is in possession. He's been picked up by Poland. Noel O'Leary. O'Leary happy enough to give it to Ray Carey. Ray Carey has no one ahead of him, and the tackling back was from Paul McComiskey. The ball has been blown. The ref has blown his whistle. This will be a down ball. Down have now gone. Oh, it's back in the for about 6 minutes without a score. So Martin Clark. From Collingwood to Croke Park. Peter, it would be a mighty I
don't even think he'd go for it.
You're absolutely right. Gives it to Callum King, and he'll not go for it either. Callum King now gives it to Mark Poland. There is a runner off his right hand side. Poland being closed down by Kerrigan. Good vision to pick him out. I think that's Kevin McKernan, who always likes to get on the score sheet. McKernan!
Mark, that was one of the passes of the game, one of the passes of the championship for Mark Poland. Under pressure, facing the wrong way to spot Kevin McKernan in that position, and to give a pinpoint pass like that. Fantastic score at a time when Cork, or when Down badly needed it.
Bright point of the game from an electrician who works in a 3-man company with his dad Brendan and his granddad. Great pass, Peter. Sublime. They needed it. So Down back in the lead by 1 ball in the hands now of Paddy Kelly. Kelly gives it outside of him, and it's dinked in and won by the full forward from Ray Carey. Donoghue O'Connor is who's in possession. I think the referee will blow eventually. No, he won't. He will let Down turn it over. Down are realising that they need to step it up and step it up quickly. This is Dan Gordon, played it full back, full forward and midfield this year. Has a point to his name. McGinn back in possession, and they're working it short. As I say that, over the top it goes, and McComiskey comes for it, and McComiskey being picked up by Owen Cadigan, and Cadigan is happy enough to watch the ball spill over the sideline. This will be a Cork sideline ball. Gives it to Graham Canty. Graham Canty confronted by Callum King. Again, the shrill of the whistle. Callum King committing the foul. Rafferty across quickly, and from scoring the last point of the game, Kevin McKernan now back helping out in defence, and was almost caught out there by the tackling of Kieran Sheehan. Brendan McVeigh doesn't want it there and wants to get back into his goal line rather quickly. This is Dan Gordon. Away it goes to Declan Rooney, the 25-year-old from Burren. Oh, they want to take this one quickly, Peter. They've a man down the right flank, and Martin Clark can see him, and Cork were just holding up possession. Clark then decides to work it laterally to McGinn. Conor McGinn's ball finds Callum King to Daniel Hughes. Daniel Hughes confronted by Graham Canty. Oh, could prove costly. Forward from Kelly. Lovely take in there by Donoghue O'Connor. Donoghue O'Connor wins it free, and Peter, I know what you're going to tell me. That point came from possession being kicked away. Yeah, and we don't associate that in the past few games with Down. When they're counter-attacking, they kick the ball dead. They've got to kick it dead, and that's where Cork have got this easy scoring chance out of by winning the ball cheaply from Down, counter-attacking, and no doubt this is going to bring the game level, Mark. Yeah, and Dan Gordon has to be a little bit careful. He's on the yellow card. There's a little tug on the shirt there. This is Donoghue O'Connor. Cork are warming up and about to introduce Colm O'Neill down below us. Down are warming up and about to introduce Ronan Murtagh as they are level once more. 55 minutes gone, 15 remaining, Down 11 points, Cork 11 points, and into the fray comes Colm O'Neill. He's full forward last year, Peter, scored 1-1 in last year's All-Ireland final, and he is a mighty big threat as Pearson Neal leaves the field of play. More importantly, he turned the game in Cork's favour when he came on against Dublin. And I'm very surprised that McComiskey is coming off, because I thought he's looked sharp, looked threatening up front. But I can't argue with Ronan Murtagh. Every game that he's come on, he's had a major influence as well. Yeah, and I agree with you, except I thought Cadigan was eventually getting the measure of McComiskey to Ronan Murtagh, and many had speculated that Ronan Murtagh might well start the game in place of John Clark. That's not been the case. This is Kerrigan to put them ahead. Crucial score, crucial time from a crucial player, and they lead for the first time since the second minute, Peter. Great score. Yeah, great score. Again, he loves to carry the ball. McKernan has been doing fairly well on him. Has managed to get up himself and score a point. But, as I said earlier, now's the time for Downs leaders to stand up. We've got to see Callum King winning a bit of ball. Danny Hughes has gone out, but we need to see him on the ball more as well. Ambrose Rogers has taken a seat in the stand again. Brendan McVeigh takes that big kick out. Peter Fitzpatrick rises for it and plucks another one out of the skies. Fitzpatrick will leave it for Poland. Poland sees Benny Coulter make a run. He also sees it as one. Oh, just as he was about to get on the ball, the footing had let Murtagh down and slips out of it. So Ronan Murtagh just not getting to grips with the game. The mighty Graham Canty hoofs it in high. O'Neill is underneath it. He's alongside Rafferty. Still O'Neill, this to put two between them. It's off the upright, needs to react quickly. Dan Gordon will, and Dan Gordon has been shunted out for the 45. Shunted out by Donoghue O'Connor. He looked a little laboured there, Dan Gordon, Peter.
Two things. First of all, he looked laboured, but was it a shoulder in the back or was it shoulder to shoulder?
Yeah. It was a push in the back. Down making another substitute. That's Brendan McCardle, the 23-year-old from Annaclone, who had played full back in the championship earlier this year for Damien Rafferty. Peter. He actually played a good part of the league and full back, and the reason they're bringing him on is to try and counteract the presence of Colm O'Neill. He's a strong fielder in there and a physical player. That's a sweet score from Daniel Goulding. It's maybe a debating point for Martin and Bernard and Austin. Should it have been? And Conor Coonahan, who won 2 as a manager, does not want to lose 2. Cork 13, Down 11, 12 to go, Peter, and it's been a second half which has pretty much been bossed by Cork. They have outscored them by 8 points to 3, and that's been the difference. Ball breaks in the middle, breaks kindly for Cork. Away goes Kerrigan. Kevin McKernan is after him. McKernan does well to get back at him. Kerrigan strong on the ball. Great block by McKernan. It's gone out for another 45, and this will suit Goulding, I imagine, Peter, simply because he's just landed one from the same position.
He has done well within his range. Paddy Talley on the field once again. I think he's calling Benny Coulter to try and come out to secure some possession from them in around midfield. But at this stage in the game, you just wonder if Ambrose Rogers is fit. You know, wee James is bound to be tempted to bring him on. It would give the down team a big lift. And at this stage, their body language of some of the players is not good. There's hands on knees, the heads are down. So they do need a bit of inspiration.
Yeah, you look at Callum Keane and you think maybe he has emptied the tank. This is Daniel Goulding. That's his 8th point of the day, Peter. That is quite a return in an All-Ireland football final.
Yeah, it's remarkable because he hadn't really influenced the game from play that much. His free taking has been impeccable, but he's going to finish strong. That's why he's there.
Last 4 scores of the game have come for Cork. James McCartan is rather frustrated and rather irate. He actually scored against Cork in 1994 in an All-Ireland semi-final game, which of course Down won, and they just need to settle themselves down. Well, won by Daniel Hughes. He was being tugged, and the referee has acknowledged that, but has allowed advantage to accrue. McGinn to Fitzpatrick. Oh, Kevin McKernan's in a lot of space in the middle. Fitzpatrick, that's the wrong option unless it goes over the top. Kevin McKernan was the ball there, and just, Peter, you can't see it on camera, but McKernan is standing on the 45 going, why not me?
That's right. Lack of experience from Peter Fitzpatrick. And Down do need to hold on to the ball. They need to be composed. The next score is crucial for them. They can't afford to go any more than 3 points behind.
Cork have landed 9 of those 14 points in this second half. Down, in stark contrast, just 3 points in the second half. And Cork, well, it's a bit too early to be running down the clock. 10 minutes remaining. Alan Quirk, you sense though that Down might well need a goal. 3 between them. Great fetch in the middle from Canty to Kerrigan. Kerrigan again as Kevin McKernan was able just to shunt him off rather quickly. And the right foot, Kerrigan. It's not going to get there, but it's kept in play just about. Well watched by Dan McCartan. There's always been a McCartan on an All-Ireland winning Down team. Will there be one in 2010? Benny Coulter comes deep for it. Noticeably, Graham Canty gave up the chase there and left it for his fullback Shields. This is Martin Clark. If ever Down needed him, they need him now. McGinn presents for him and gets it. And McGinn loses footing as Ronan Murtagh was the better option outside of him. And Down are panicking, Peter. There's little signs of panic as cracks are appearing in their game.
Yeah, and again, it's inexperience again. He had time on the ball and he had no need. Graham Canty, you know, he's getting his hands on a lot of ball and proving why he's so valuable to this Cork team. There's a lull in the play, there's a break. Down are going to have to, you know, get composed, settle down again, and as I say, the next score is so important from a Down point of view.
It's a couple of basic errors they have made, which has cost them. It's Michael Shields. He played chess to a fairly high level down in Cork, and that's the great Micheál Murtagh, one of the finest, if not the finest of all GA commentators, on his last All-Ireland final, 80 years of age. Climbed Mount Brandon in Kerry on his 80th year, Peter. Down of a